Hello and welcome to the Swamps. Today we're going to be doing a tarot reading on what your destiny is. What are you destined to do in this lifetime? Let's get started. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. All right, let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. This is your tarot reading on what you are destined to do in this lifetime. You chose the Green Adventuring. One of my favorites. We're going to try to get it to focus in. All right, we're fighting me. All right. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with your oracles. I don't know if you watched my one video, but we're using this card again, which is just Major Arcana, but we're using it as an oracle because I'm weird like that. Remember when people used to say that? All right, we're going to try to get these all in the frame here. Got a lot of them today. I'm going to move the camera up real quick, just a tiny bit. There we go, that looks better. All right, so your first oracle is the World. Your next oracle is Shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the portal, the potential in everything. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to the sacred crossroads in your own evolution. The Blue Flame. Spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So, for this pile, you're destined to change in this lifetime. I feel like this lifetime is, this particular life of yours is a life that is going to mainly focus on changing, and not even just changing yourself, but like I don't want to say like the world. I don't want to make any promises that you're going to make major changes to the world, okay? But you could change like your community. You could change if you work somewhere, like work policies. You could change. I feel like I heard little things make a big difference. So you could make little changes in the world around you, and it could have like a domino effect. I feel like for some of you, this could just be a life of a lot of change. I feel like for some of you, I just saw the Tower in my head, the Tower card. I feel like this is something that you're used to. You're used to changing a lot. Adapting is what I just heard. You're used to adapting. And I feel like that's this shapeshifter. I almost feel like this is like chameleon energy. I feel like you like adapt to these situations, and I feel like that's a big part of your life. You're destined to experience like change. I keep saying that, but that's what I'm really feeling here. I feel like you're destined to shapeshift. You're destined, for some of you, you might like live in a bunch of different places in this lifetime. You might work a job that involves a lot of traveling and changing your place of residence. For some of you, this is a spiritual life. You're going to be changing your perspective quite a bit, shape-shifting your perspective. Let's get into your tarot. We've got the Queen of Coins. And we've got the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this is a mental perspective change. For some of you, this could also be like a physical change. You could be trying to get into fitness, perhaps, and that might be something that you're destined to do in this lifetime. For others of you, sorry, we're a little bit crooked there. For others of you, this could just be a genuine like spiritual lifetime for you. You could have a lot of revelations and like different perspectives of what's going on in the world and what's going on around you. You might really broaden your perspective in this lifetime. You might really I feel like in this lifetime, this isn't just like broadening your perspective. This is broadening your empathy. This is broadening your ability to empathize with different people. And I think that's very beautiful. I feel like for some of you, you might end up like traveling. I really get this traveling vibe. Oh, for some of you, you're gonna go from having like a physical abundance to an emotional, like you're gonna go through lots of change in this life is the main thing. Like this card is really screaming at me in this reading. I feel like you're going through a lot of change. Honestly, I can't emphasize this enough. I really do believe it is like a perspective or spiritual change. I feel like in particular this card, I feel like this is like a portal. I said portal earlier on accident. I don't know if you caught that, but I did. I feel like this is a portal that you're going to, like, symbolically speaking, walk through one day and really just see the world differently. This might be something that you try to express to others. This might be something that you try to, regardless of what it is, it might not necessarily just be like a spiritual thing. It might be a spiritual experience that your perspective is broadened, right? But this might not, the actual subject itself might not be spiritual. It could be like a social thing. You might identify something socially. I don't know how else to describe where I'm going with that. So hopefully that resonates with some of you. Maybe you already have noticed what I'm talking about already. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to try and help the external world understand this perspective that you have reached. And I'm getting that with this world card. I feel like you're going to try to bring that mental into the physical. This is a very spiritual group. I feel like for a lot of you, this realization is going to lighten your, like, how you feel about the world. You're going to feel a lot less, like, for some of you, if you're dealing with like a cynical mindset, this is going to change that cynical mindset into a much more positive mindset, potentially a optimistic mindset. I feel like a weight has been lifted as I'm reading this. So I feel like this is going to be a very spiritual lifetime for this group. I feel like you're going to be, for some of you, I feel like you might even be like starseed, if you know what that is. I feel like you might be the type of person to be able to communicate spiritual concepts to the world. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to experience this, and that's like you're going to experience this form of enlightenment, and you're going to be able to spread that to the world, if that makes sense. You're going to be able to like verbalize it to the world. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this for some of you. We're going to pull some charms. Yeah, for some of you definitely are traveling. We've got an elephant, we've got a heart, we've got a crown. I think this is a flamingo. Yeah, for the people in this group, you're a very unique pile, and I'm getting that out of your energy. I feel like whatever this is going to bring you like a spiritual abundance. This is going to be like a spiritually abundant change in your life, perspective change. I do feel like this has to do with some kind of empathy, some kind of understanding of empathy, potentially. So with the heart and the elephant coming out. And I do really feel like with this bike coming out, you guys are going to travel. I feel like you're going to travel. Maybe that's going to be part of how you spread this word. Maybe instead of just posting it online, you're going to try and actually go out and communicate this with the world instead of just using the internet. You know, I love the internet just as much as the next guy, but some people do believe that this is, taking, or what's the way to word this? Some people do believe that it is making people more distant with each other, and perhaps you've noticed this in this realization that we're talking about here. So you're trying to make spreading this understanding more personable, and so you're actually going to travel the world to share this information, to share this like enlightenment, if you will. Very beautiful spread here. I think that's all I'm really getting for this pile. I just want to thank everyone for coming and watching this reading. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you return again to the swamps. If you're interested in supporting this channel, please subscribe. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna do it this way. Hello, pile number 2. This is your tarot reading for what you are destined to do in this lifetime. You chose the Bumblebee Jasper. I really like this stone, it's pretty. Let's get into your reading. We're going to read your oracles first, and then we'll get into your tarot. Let me just try to get this all on screen. Did do a lot of oracles today. All right. Let's move her over a little bit. All right, let's get into it. So your first card is the Strength card. I actually really like this Strength card. It looks kind of Tim Burton-y. I don't know if you see that too, but it looks a little Tim Burton-y, and I like it. You got the Networker. Enhances unity through the sharing of information and engenders social awareness and empathy. Engenders? I'm sorry, I don't know that word very well. My apologies if I butchered it. Right now. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come than what can be handled each moment. And Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. I feel like this lifetime for you, I feel like right now you are going through a time of needing support, needing to get stronger, needing socially some support. I feel like you're trying to get, perhaps for this group, you either have a family that you don't, I don't know how to put this exactly. You have a family that maybe you're not super close to. For some of you, you might still talk to this family. For others, you might have completely cut them off. But you have a family that you're not super close to. And I think this lifetime for you is about either healing. For the people who talk to their family still, this lifetime may actually be about healing the conflict within this family. Or this could be, for some of you, finding a new family, finding your star family. I feel as though, for some of you, you use the internet to socialize quite a bit. And more so, you make a lot of friends using the internet, using social networks, right? Perhaps you have found your star family through this, and perhaps that is part of your destiny. Maybe you are meant to do something with these people. I get the feeling that whoever this family is, whether it's like, you met them on the internet or they're just people that you're not biologically related to, but you view them as family, I feel like these people make you a lot stronger. You feel more confident around these people. You feel like you can be yourself around these people. You're not afraid to speak your mind around these people, I feel like. For some of you, you feel very at peace with these people. You feel like you've found a peaceful, like, group to be in. You feel like there's just very little fighting. Or there was a lot of fighting within your biological family, right? And you're trying to get peace from that. You're trying to move away from that. You're trying to find your star family. I feel like I have two particular readings coming through, two particular messages coming through. There's one group of people that are looking for a family that's not biological, but they need have a support system that is family like to them. And then there's another group of people who excuse me, who still are in touch with their family. And your relationship with your family isn't necessarily like horrible, okay? You still talk to your family, but I feel like there's like a sense of bickering. Like you guys get into little fights here and there. You get into little arguments here and there. And it's to the point like for example, you'll get off the phone and you'll just be ready to cut them off, but you don't. I feel like what this is trying to say is that within this lifetime, your destiny is to sort of become closer with this family, even if right now you guys aren't super close. And I'm not trying to, and I want to just emphasize this, I'm definitely not trying for anyone who really should cut off their family to not cut off their family, because there's certain families that are just toxic, and I understand that. But if this isn't necessarily a toxic family situation, but a family situation where there's just a lot of misunderstandings and maybe the communication isn't super good, I feel like in this lifetime, your purpose with this family that you've been born into is to bring this family together, is to end conflicts. This could even be, for some of you, a generational thing, to end generational curses. That might be why the star family is coming out. This could just be having to do with ancestors really pushing for you to end generational curses. Perhaps you reach out about how to deal with, bad learned behavior. Maybe you go online and try to learn how to unlearn. Let's get into your tarot. We have the 10 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this does have to do with family. There's a family right there. I feel like this is you and your family, and these are your ancestors. I feel like they're sort of watching and rooting for you to do better, honestly, than maybe the situation you grew up in. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely about family conflicts. For some of you, this is about finding a new family, and for others, this is about solving those family conflicts. I feel like it could go both ways with this group pretty much. This could definitely be solving family conflicts, or, cutting the toxic family off if they are absolutely toxic, and, finding a new family that isn't toxic, building a new family, basically. Let's get some charms out. Yeah, for some of you, this is about the family tree. This is definitely confirming the family aspect of this reading. This is definitely about family. For some of you, you are moving on to a new family. And for others, you're trying to repair your old family. You're trying to, I know it has pause on it, but I feel like the heart is what's really speaking out here. You're really trying to bring this loving energy back into this family. You're trying to, I just heard like bring it back to when you were a kid. Maybe your family was fighting a lot less when you were a child. Maybe you guys got along a lot better when you were a kid, and you just want to get back to that. And I feel like, that is possible, especially if you no longer live with your family. I feel like family tension gets a lot better after you move away. For some people, like I said, if your family is just toxic to the core, usually they don't get better. But if your family isn't toxic, and you'll know what I'm talking about, it'll get better once you give it some space. And it still might not be perfect, and it might not ever be actually perfect for this group, but you can get closer to being more of a tight-knit system. And I think that's your destiny in this lifetime, is to get like closer to the family that you do have for some of you, or to create a new family. Go out and find your new family. That's all I'm really getting for this group today. I hope you all found this helpful, and I hope you return again to the swamps for another tarot reading. If you would like to support this channel, I kindly ask that you please subscribe. Thanks again. Hello, pile number 3. This is your tarot reading for what you are destined to do this lifetime. You chose You chose the red aura quartz. It's very pretty, very passionate looking crystal. I love this one a lot. This was a gift. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, your first card is the Hanged Man. Your second card is Addict. It helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Your third card is Surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you are dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. And then we have Losing Your Grip, Coping Mechanisms, Density, Addiction, Let God In. All right, so there's definitely a emphasis on sacrifice and addiction here. I don't know if I posted this video or not, but I feel like I did do a reading, and I feel like this was definitely for the same people. Welcome back to the channel is all I have to say to that first and foremost. But what I want to say is your spirit guides, because I feel like this is spirit guide energy coming through, are trying to tell me that in this lifetime, you are to surrender something. You are surrendering something that doesn't serve you. I don't know if you know that this doesn't serve you, or if you're at that part. And we're gonna call this addiction for the reading. But it might not actually be medically considered an addiction. So I just want to make that clear. So there's like an addiction that you have. It could be to a substance, a person, an activity, even a type of thinking, a type of mentality could be addictive. I've heard some people describe anxiety as addictive. It could be something like that. So this could be a list of things. It might not actually just be a substance. I feel like you're being called this lifetime to surrender this. I feel like this is like a sacrifice for you. I don't feel like some of you have fully realized just how this has affected your life just yet. I feel bad saying that because I've had moments in my life, and usually this has happened to me with a person particularly, where I didn't really realize that this relationship that I was in was very unhealthy. And I didn't realize how much better my life was going to be once I didn't have it in my life. Sometimes it's very hard to let go, even when the thing that you're holding on to so dearly is hurting you. Sometimes it's really hard to realize that something that you're holding on to like a determined, I feel like there's a determined energy to hold on to something that just doesn't serve this person. And in this lifetime, you're gonna get rid of it. You're gonna surrender it. You're gonna let go of it. You're gonna loosen, you're gonna loosen your grip, right? I just said that you're holding on to this and you don't need to be. You're gonna loosen your grip on it. You're gonna let go. I don't think you realize that this has been controlling your life. Let's get into your tarot. We have the Seven of Swords. What did I say? You're not seeing something. And then we have the Tower. Yeah, you don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't want this to be like a call out. This is very difficult to hear. And I want you to know that, the universe is here for you. Your spirit guides would not be telling you this if they weren't trying to help you. And I really want to make that clear. It's hard for me to give you this reading because, it's one of those readings that is just it's one of those things that's very difficult to hear, I think, because I can tell with the cards that are coming out here, you don't fully realize that you need to surrender this, that you need to loosen your grip, that this is an addiction to a degree. This is tearing you apart, is what I heard. And you don't see that. I don't know what it is that you need to let go of, though. For some of you, it's like a mindset. And that's really difficult. It's very difficult to retrain the brain, but it is extremely possible. And this goes for whatever it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mindset. Addiction is all about your thought patterns. It's all about, being triggered to go back into the habit, so to speak. I feel like, and this is sort of, again, hard to say, but I'm going to say it. I feel like whether you like it or not, you're going to have a Tower moment from this. Whether you like it or not, you are going to realize what's going on here. I mean, the prompt here is that you're destined to do this, right? You're destined to let go of this. Maybe some of you are aware of this and you're actively trying to recover or just get this out of your life. I have a feeling you're struggling with this. Perhaps for some of you that are aware, you don't see that you're going to rebuild from here. You don't see that you're going to destroy this foundation of addiction. Maybe that's what that is for some of you. Maybe it's more positive than just not seeing that this is tearing you down. Perhaps it's a double meaning. Perhaps before you didn't see that it was tearing you apart. And now that you have seen that it's tearing you apart, you're going to tear down this foundation and build a new, stronger foundation where you don't keep falling into this addiction. Oh man, my heart goes out to you. I have struggled with addictive tendencies myself, and it is not easy. It's really not easy, but it's 1000% possible to retrain your brain into not falling into old habits. And I want you to know that because I feel like at times it feels like you're like in a prison. It feels like you're in this like prison with it, like in the sense that like there's like this routine. It's like this routine is a prison to you, and you just keep having to live the same routine. And even though it doesn't serve you, and you know that it doesn't serve you, you keep doing it, and it's like painful for you to watch. And it's kind of painful for your spirit guides to watch, but let me tell you something, they're not going anywhere. They're definitely here for you. I definitely recommend that this group meditates, even prays, if you need to. And I just want to say there are groups that can help you with this if this is a substance, as well as if it's not a substance. There are therapists out there that you can contact and just say, look, I think for example, I think I'm addicted to this person. I think I'm obsessive over this person. I don't know what to do. Can you please help me? And they will help you. I want you to know that I do care about this person, this energy that I'm reading on. Like, I feel for this group. This is a tough one, but I will tell you the positive thing out of this is, and I think I'm picking up on your energy right now in the sense that you really don't see yourself succeeding in this. But what I want to tell you is that your spirit guides are telling me that you're determined to succeed in this. Regardless of if you've had the realization or yet or not, I feel like that's the point of this reading is, what are you destined to do? Well, you're destined to overcome this addiction. That's what you're destined to do. So let me pull some charms. Yeah. This is probably a very unique situation depending on each individual here. I don't know, I could list off what this specifically is about, and it would probably take me 20 to 30 minutes. But we're moving on to this charm. I was talking about the unicorn when I said that. So this is important, actually. What I want to say is, if you are of the mindset where you're trying to loosen your grip, you're trying to surrender this addiction, and you're having a really hard time doing it, Spirit wants to say this is a slow process. This isn't something that just happens overnight. I just thought of the movie The Seed of Chucky, and I remember when Tiffany's like calling an addiction help hotline, and she's like, "Oh, I just had a slip up," and the guy says, "Well, Rome wasn't built in a day," and she felt so much better. That's like, this is your spirit guide trying to be like that right now. This is your spirit guide saying Rome wasn't built in a day. This takes a long time. This isn't something that just happens overnight. And you know what? I think you've been making progress with this guy coming out. I don't think you've been completely stagnant. You might feel like you've been stagnant in this, but you've definitely made some kind of progress. Again, we have the elephant coming out, and elephants are also slow moving. I think this is also your spirit guide's way of saying that they empathize with you. I think the star coming out is just a reminder to pray and meditate, and just kind of try your best to keep in contact with your spirit guides if possible, or just pray to them. I feel like praying to them could also be very helpful in this situation. I'm trying to think of what this one could be about. Share your experience. When you're done with this, I think you're destined to share your experience with people and help others overcome their addictions. And I think that's very beautiful. And I think that's something that you should keep in mind from this reading, is that you are meant to do this because it's going to not just benefit you, you're going to benefit other people from this. You're going to share your ability. You're going to share not just your ability, but people's ability to let go, to loosen their grip, to surrender their addictions, to sacrifice their addictions. That's all I'm really getting for this group. And I just want to say that, always never be afraid to reach out for help with this one. Never be afraid to reach out for help. If you need support, get support. We live in a day and age where we're very lucky to have the internet and the ability to get support very quickly. So I just want to say my heart goes out to this group, and you're going to be very proud of yourself when you do get through this. And I'm proud of you because I have a strong feeling that you will be getting through this. It just might take some time. So that's all I'm getting for this group today. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading, and I hope you return for another reading. Also, if you wish to support this channel, please subscribe. It's much appreciated. Thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading. Sorry, I just that last group got me. I emotionally feeling a type of way. My heart goes out to the last group. So thank you for coming to the Swamps for your tarot reading. I hope you all found this helpful, and I hope you return to the Swamps for another tarot reading again. I just want to say, if you want to support the channel, please subscribe. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you.